everyone, and welcome back to Nurses Lecturing YouTube channel. My name is Miss Mary, popularly known as Nurse with the Difference, and I make learning easy and accessible for students. I have been getting a lot of requests from most of my students to create a video on the topic OSCE. What is OSCE about? Miss Mary, how do I go all about OSCE examination? How many stations are involved in OSCE? What am I supposed to know before my OSCE examination? What is the full meaning of OSCE? So by the end of this class, you'll be able to know everything about OSCE and also what to do when you come in contact with your examiner. But before we go into details in today's class, if you are new on our YouTube channel, kindly click on the subscribe button, turn on the notification button so you don't miss out. Let's go there. Alright, welcome back. Like I earlier said, today we are going to be talking about OSCE. I bet you most students don't know the full meaning of OSCE, but they keep saying, I have OSCE exam, I have OSCE, I have OSCE tomorrow, I have OSCE. But what is the full meaning of this acronym, OSCE? OSCE simply means Objective Structured Clinical Examination. Objective what? Objective Structured Clinical Examinations. For our colleagues or our matrons or our chief nursing officers that passed out of school years ago, they'll tell you that they carry out their practical exams on patients directly. They carry out their practical exam in the ward. But with OSCE, you can carry out your practical exams in the demonstration room using Mr. Jones, Mrs. Jones, or your fellow student or a junior colleague. So OSCE simply means what? Objective Structured Clinical Examination. What does this OSCE entail? OSCE, before I go into details, you are going for a practical exams. So the practical exam starts firstly with your dressing. How well are you dressed? You're supposed to put on your uniform, pin earring, no dangling earring. Your hair should be well packed. What did I say? No dangling earring. Your hair should be well packed. Light makeup, if possible, no makeup, to avoid any issues with the examiner. And you should put on the required shoe of your school. It could be black, it could be brown, it all depends on your school. But make sure you are well dressed according to your school rules and regulation, or according to your school ethics. But in all, remember, there is no long nails, no eyelashes. Try as much as possible to remain natural. So when it's your turn, most times they go with maybe 12 students. 12 students enter into the demonstration room, with each student facing the various station. There are basically 12 stations when it comes to an OSCE exam. There are what? There are 12 stations when it comes to an OSCE exam. And when the first 12 students enters the demonstration room, this 12 students faces each station. Station 1, Station 2, Station 3, Station 4, till you get to Station 12. And you may want to ask, what does each station entails? In the first station, it could be the practical, where they will ask you, oh, carry out this procedure on so maybe Mr. Jones. Carry out wound dressing, carry out catheterization, carry out drug administration on this particular patient. That's what is going to be in Station 1. Then when you get to Station 2, it's going to be question and answer section. You see a booklet there. You are expected to answer the questions. It could be objective, where you have A, B, C options to pick from, or it could be JAMA, where you are asked to fill in the blank space. Do we get now? So you go to Station 3. Station 3 is actually a practical section where they give you an order procedure to carry out. Then the next station will be Station 4, which is the written station. So we have 6 written station and 6 what? Practical station when it comes to what? When it comes to an OSCE exam. And when you get to the first station, the examiner will not tell you what to do. The examiner will not tell you the procedure to carry out. Rather, you will see a write-up on the wall. Carry out wound dressing on Mrs. Jones, on Mr. Jones with this diabetic foot ulcer, or with ROTA. So the question will be written for you to read. You don't expect your examiner to talk to you. They believe you can read. They believe you can see what's on the wall. So when you read, your duty is to carry out the instruction that you've read. So I dropped a video before on our YouTube channel about the key points, what you need to do before a procedure and after a procedure. You can actually watch that and get more insight before and after a procedure. Just know when you get there, you look at the question when it comes to a skill exam, then you start carrying your practical your procedure when you hear the bell. Bangam. You know that bell, there's always a bell. Sorry, I didn't say that. There's always a bell. Bangam, you change station. Bangam, you start. You get that? So take note of that. There are 12 stations, 6 written stations and 6 practical stations. After every practical station, there is a written station attached to it. So that's what the skill exam entails. Then another question I used to get from the students is, can the examiner correct students? No. Most of the times the examiner will just leave you be doing what you are doing. They already told you what to do on the board, so it's you are on your own. So do what you can do and let me mark. So you just see them ticking. Did you do this? Yeah. Did you do it? Yeah. You just say, just be doing your own procedure jejely. So most times the examiner will not correct you, even if you are doing the wrong thing. But if you feel you are lucky, I don't know, but they hardly correct you. Then is it carried out in the ward? No. Most times these exams these days, our skill exams, are carried out in a demonstration room. They arrange the various stations in the demonstration room and students carry out that exams. Then does it include research and seminar work? Research and seminar work is different from your skill exam. So after your skill exam proper, they will come again and tell you, okay, this is viva. During that viva, you are expected to analyze your research work majorly. You are expected to talk about your research that you've carried out during the course of your study as a nurse or as a midwife. Then another question is that how many marks attached to each station? We can't say 5 marks attached to each station or 10 marks attached to each station for each, but just note that practical section carry a lot of mark, more than the written section. The practical section carry more mark than the written section, and depending on the procedure, that determines the mark that will be attached to a particular procedure. You get, the procedure determines the mark. The procedure they will give you for wound dressing is the mark they will give you for wound dressing is going to be different from the mark they will give you for drug administration. So the procedure that is attached to a particular station determines the mark that will be attached to it. Then another question is, how long does it take? Most times it's usually 5 minutes for each station. 5 minutes for each station. After 5 minutes, they ring the bell, you move to the next station. After the next 5 minutes, they ring the bell, they move to the next station. But it can change. It can change during the exam condition. Then little expo while waiting. Okay, there are some things I did during my time. There's going to be some procedure you are going to forget. There's going to be some things you might not really remember there. What happens is that when you finish from your station, when you are done from that your station, just sit down and be looking at the next person, especially if it's head talk. Be watching that person and be getting some tips about that procedure that person is doing, about the head talk that person is doing. It actually helped me a lot because there was a particular word I didn't remember. Immediately I finished from my written station, I finished on time. I was looking at the next person in the next station. I was trying to imagine if I get there what I would do first. I was trying to get words from the other person's mouth to see what I would add to what I already know during the process of carrying out my own procedure. So when you are done with your station, you don't just sit down and fold your hands. Be doing small expo. Be listening to what the next person is saying, to what the next person is doing. At least that will give you a clue on how to carry out your own particular procedure. Then what did I say again? Students and school. Yes, something students, you students that are writing exam or your school needs to know. See, let me tell you. They say a hungry man is an angry man, right? A hungry man is an angry man. So as a student, as a school, it is advisable you feed your examiner properly. I'm not saying feed them to pass, but it is advisable you feed them properly. They will be hungry. So don't let them get angry with you. So as students, people should make up money. As school, people should gather your money and keep so that you can feed these examiners. They will be excited to see when you are doing something right. You get? So try as much as possible to take good care of your examiners so they will be excited while marking. Because you don't expect them to be excited when they are hungry. You don't expect them to be excited when they are thirsty. Those that have ears, let them hear. So what? Treat your examiner well. So when they are when you are doing something right, they'll be giving you the right mark. You get? But if you don't treat them when they are angry, they are hungry. I don't know what they could say, Sha, but you will still get your mark. But in all, it is advisable you treat your examiner well. Anything worth doing is worth doing well. Thank you very much. These are the very key things or the key questions I actually wanted to take with this video, and I hope this OSCE video help you. For those that don't know the various things to do before and after the particular procedure, check on the link below. You're going to see the link that will help you with some key points that you need to know when it comes to what you need to do before a particular procedure and after the particular procedure. There's an acronym attached to it that will go a long way to help you get your marks when it comes to practical exams. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Thank you very much for watching our video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to drop your comments, and don't forget to share with a friend if you got value. For those that have not registered for our voice note class on Telegram, seriously, you have been missing a lot. All you have to do is to send a message to the WhatsApp number showing on your screen to get a lot and also to learn a lot. Bye.